If AI is supposed to save you time, why are you working later than you were 6 months ago? Why are you managing 6 AI assistants instead of one business? If that sounds familiar, I think you're suffering from something I call fighter pilot syndrome. It starts innocently enough. You watch a webinar, someone tells you ChatGPT is the future, and then someone else says Claude is better, and another person recommends Perplexity. Actually, I haven't heard many people recommend Perplexity these days. Someone on LinkedIn might tell you to install 3 AI agents before breakfast. So you do. A few weeks later, you've got browser tabs everywhere, prompts saved in random documents, automations firing sometimes, and you're spending your evenings wondering why this thing that's supposed to save time somehow feels like another full-time job. Instead of running your business, you're actually running your AI. You're probably flicking switches, checking dashboards, moving information from one tool to another. You've accidentally hired a team of incredibly clever interns who all need constant supervision. And here's the thing, guys. Businesses don't run on software. I guess we're all used to running our business on software, but essentially what our businesses really need is decisions. Somebody needs to make a decision. Every quote is a decision. Every follow-up is a decision. Every customer reply, every appointment, every invoice, every escalation. Great businesses aren't built because they bought better software. We have seen this a lot of times where people sign up for Salesforce, but they might actually just need MailChimp because of the name. Businesses are built because they make consistently good decisions. Today, I want to show you why so many businesses get stuck managing AI instead of benefiting from it. How I think about AI maturity and how we've been solving this problem at Bumper Leads long before AI became the latest buzzword. Okay, but before I go into this, I just want to let you know, if you've been a listener of mine for a long time, I am going to be changing my music because I am an 80s child. I grew up with some 80s music, and because we're going to be talking about automation, AI, and the future, I really love the movie Back to the Future. So I created the music to kind of mimic this new wave of AI and the new buzz and new hype. So the music, I hope you like it. That's going to be my new podcast jingle. And in the late 80s, I used to listen to rap, which was, if you can remember, MC Hammer and Vanilla Ice. And then from there in the 90s, when you get all the best rock and roll albums, like the Black Album Metallica launched, Guns N' Roses, Nirvana. Actually, that used to be my nickname, Nirvana, because my name is Yavanna. So kids at school used to call me Nirvana. All right, I digress. Let's talk about the AI maturity ladder. One of the biggest mistakes I see is that businesses think using AI automatically means they're becoming more advanced. It doesn't. I actually think businesses move through 4 levels of AI maturity. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the first level, where I see a lot of business owners are at the moment, regardless of how progressive our technology is going and how fast it's going actually in the AI space. A lot of people are actually in the chat mode. This is where almost everyone starts. You open ChatGPT or Claude, you ask it to write an email, maybe summarize a meeting, help with a proposal. It's useful, it saves you time, but it's still just you having conversations with a chatbot. And I sometimes joke that this is basically Google with better grammar. There's nothing wrong with level 1. We've all been there. But what is level 2? I call level 2 the assistant mode. And this is where things start to get really interesting, and also where I think a lot of business owners get stuck because of this thing that I call fighter pilot syndrome. And this is where it starts. So if you run a bigger business, you might have, let's say, marketing and sales. So marketing team might have their own AI tool. Sales teams have their own AI tool. Operations has another. Customer service is experimenting with something else. Everyone is saving time individually in silos. And no one is really talking to each other. Nothing even the systems, not even just humans, but maybe the systems are not talking to each other as well. The founder becomes the bridge, and you guys are all just copying information, checking outputs, fixing prompts, making sure one system hasn't contradicted another. Yeah, I actually kind of do that. Sometimes I have to check it against many different AI tools. So yes, congratulations guys. You're now the operations manager for your own AI stack. Or as I like to put it, you're acting like an execution monkey for your own tech stack. That's not operational excellence. That's just digital admin with better branding. So I think level 2 is still good, but I think in a level 2, you realize that you have a lot of work to do. AI gives you a lot of work to do. So you now need to execute that. And this is where the fighter pilot syndrome begins, really. So what is level 3? Level 3 I call is system mode. And this is where mature businesses start to ask different questions. Not the what's the next AI tool question, but how should this decision be made every single time? You stop documenting prompts and you start documenting processes. What does good look like in terms of the process, sales process, marketing process? What should never happen in the business? What should the business respond to first? What information is needed? Now AI isn't just helping one person, it's actually supporting the entire business. So that is level 3 systems mode. And level 4 is operating mode. And this is where AI almost kind of disappears. It's no longer something you think about. It's simply woven into how the business operates. Information flows where it needs to go and customer data stays connected. Follow-ups happen consistently. Your sales teams don't even know this is all happening in the background. Your team spends less time chasing information and more time creating value for customers and in the business. And that's where every business should be aiming, is the level 4, which is operating mode. Now, if you're thinking this is just my opinion, it's interesting to see where the wider industry is heading. Recently, Microsoft announced what they call the Frontier Company. What caught my attention wasn't another AI product announcement, it was the language. They were actually talking about AI engineering, about building systems that amplify and protect an organization's intelligence. And that tells me something. That tells me that the conversation is maturing. We're moving away from which AI tool should I buy and towards how should my business actually operate. I think that's a really important shift in the industry because your competitive advantage isn't ChatGPT, it isn't Claude, it isn't whichever shiny AI app launches next week. Your competitive advantage is your experience, your judgment, your customer relationships, the way your team solves problems. AI should amplify that and not replace it. This is exactly why we use the bumper blueprint strategies with clients. The funny thing is we've been doing this for years. We just haven't called it AI, we call it automation. AI and automation are good relatives. Long before AI exploded. We've been using these strategies and AI hasn't changed the destination. The strategy is still the same. It's simply how quickly can you get there? And the blueprint is actually a very simple way to get there faster. So what is the process that I would take my clients through in terms of growing up and achieving the level 4 maturity? Let's think about this in 3 steps. Step 1, you can find the friction. And please don't try to automate your entire business by Monday. That's how founders end up rocking gently in the corner while arguing with their CRM. Instead, find one thing that's genuinely frustrating. I know so many people think about the missed inquiries, proposal follow-ups, customer onboarding, appointment scheduling. Just find one leaky bucket and fix that first. Step 2, you can document the decision. This is where I think most people get distracted. Everyone obsesses over prompts. I was just sitting in a webinar where the marketing guru that suddenly became an AI expert was sharing all his prompts, and every business owner on the call was very hungry to get the latest prompt. But we obsess over decisions. What does great actually look like in your business? How would your best team member handle this particular process? What should happen every single time? Because AI doesn't just like magically understand 20 years of business experience. You have to teach it. Your business logic shouldn't live inside random prompts. It should reflect how your business actually thinks. And the last step, step 3, is all about connecting the journey. It's all about connecting the process. So please stop creating another dashboard. Nobody wakes up thinking, oh, I really hope I get another login today. The best AI is almost invisible. It works inside the systems your team already uses. Your CRM, your inbox, your marketing platform, your project management software. The right information appears at the right time. And for the decisions that really matter, our humans still need to review and approve. So you need to have this, what we call human in the loop in your process. And that's not slowing things down. That's actually building trust. So what is the takeaway? I don't think the businesses that win over the next decade will be the ones using the most AI. I think they'll be the ones making the best decisions and consistently making the best decisions, because businesses don't run on software. They run on decisions. I know we've been signing up to a lot of software, but that's how the industry was. We were trained that we needed a software for a workflow, a software for different functions of our business. But if you break that down, it's all about decisions and how you make decisions in your business. And I think this is where AI works best. It helps you make better decisions. So it's valuable in that sense. If it simply gives you more dashboards to manage, you're still sitting in the cockpit. So this week, don't ask yourself, what's the next AI tool I should install? Instead, ask, where am I still acting as the bridge between systems? Where are you copying? Where are you pasting? Where are you checking, following up, or relying on memory? And that's the opportunity. If you'd like a practical place to start, we put together a free guide called 25 Ways Your Business is Losing Leads and the AI Agents That Fix Them. So you can go onto our website to grab that. And it's designed to help you identify where your biggest operational bottlenecks are and where AI can make a genuine difference without adding more complexity. So you can grab that at bumperleads.com. And until next time, stop trying to be the fighter pilot, build a business that practically flies itself. So let's go back to the future.